Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for coming. If you're coming back, thanks for returning. So let's talk about this video coming up here. So in this video, I'm exploring the Salem Black River Church, which is well known within the paranormal society, but honestly it shouldn't be. It should be known within the history society. This church has a lot of history, and I don't mention a whole lot of facts. I've cut this video way down, but I am in talks with some of the churchgoers there to do a kind of an interview documentary of this church. So I was able to film this inside and outside of the church, and just a spectacular place. So this is just a church. This is not the graveyard. The graveyard will come in a later video. But just some quick fact just to kind of get you up to speed with it. First church built there was in 1756. Later converted over to a wood structure building. And then the first brick church was there in 1802. And the church you are going to see there now is 1846. So with that being said, enjoy. So this is it from the front. Driveways, cornfields, massive Greek Revival style architecture. A current churchgoer, he's working over there, told me that they believe that the church is in the same location that all the other churches have been to, and that the bottom row of bricks is from the original church in 1802. Now, the thing about the church in 1802 was it was the first brick church in South Carolina. And this used to be named, they used to call it the Brick Church. Now, the first brick church was built in 1802. This one was built in 1846. All the brick was manufactured on the property. So here we are. This sits roughly about 3 to 4 foot tall. These, they would open it up and they would set the things around there, and that would hold it open there. That tree could talk, huh? Now, this here is the old Sessions house, and this was where they would come and have meetings. A lot of times the community would get together, they would meet in this place, and the pastor usually never voted unless it was a tie and his vote was needed. He just kind of oversaw the whole thing. I'm not sure how long this has been here, but it has been here for a little bit, I can say that. Wouldn't surprise me if those are original shutters. Now, pretty much all that's in here is bookcases with some books and whatnot. I think like a broom closet or whatnot. I've never been in there either. Just a little small place. This is the Sessions house. Oh, I can kind of show you inside through the window there. First time ever, and I've come out here several times, but for the first time ever, I'm able to actually step foot inside the Salem Black River Church. So these are the front doors and the pews. And this is a 2-level tier church. As you can see. And behind me is the pulpit. Just to give you a little glance at this. I will not go up there. I'm not deserving to be up there. But all you see is pretty much original. Now, the church that we're standing in now was built in 1846. This is the view from the very front of the church. I believe the elders of the church would have said here. Maybe the deacons. I'm not 100% sure how they did it back then. I would imagine that they opened up all the windows. And the sunlight would just fill in here. They still use this church, so things have been installed like air conditioning, electricity, whatnot. So this would be from about midways of the church. This would be your view during sermon time. Now that bar there is to hold the walls from falling outwards. And there's one on each side. But this would be the view from here. Of course, I'm sure this is not the original organ or anything. Where it is now. That is a modern organ. This is another organ or piano of some sort. This is the view from back. Now, the side doors. Amy, can you stand by the side door just as a reference to show how massive the doors are? It's put on the National Register in 1978, November 14th, I believe. Amy is 5'1", weighs about 95 pounds. And you see the size of the door there.
And the thickness of it.
Oh, it was a massive door. So here we go. He said the stairs are really steep, so be careful. There's no handrail. Oh, wow. This is amazing. And he said stay away from the edge rail. Yeah. He said it's probably alright, it's just real low, and he wouldn't trust it. Because if you go to fall into it, I wonder if anybody ever had. Never been up here. I've never been in here. I've never been up here. This man is a godsend. Oh, look. That's old knocking tube. Yeah. With cloth wire. That's old electricity. So electricity's actually been in here for a while. It wasn't in 1864, I'd imagine. Here's that bar I was telling you about. Now, he said everything on this church is 100% original. Pews, everything. Look, there's a brick with stucco coming right from it. Look at the view. Holy cow. Oh, man. This is gorgeous. You ever wanted to be in a time machine and just go back in time and see things in all their glory when they were new, filled up with people? Oh. Somebody said here over 100 years ago, the same spot right here. Somebody sat down here. Wow. Look at this timber. Milled on site. The bricks were made on site. Timber was milled on site. Stucco was made on site. Everything was made on site here. Even the trim. Maybe the glass. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. And look, I mean, everything opened up here.
That's where the other staircase would be.
Do I?
That's where the other staircase would be.
This is where I'd want to sit, right here. Probably in that bottom one down there. Right down there, that's where I'd want to sit. Yep.
Makes you wonder who sat in this church.
Huh?
Makes you wonder who sat in this church that was famous.
Well, there was a lot of famous people that was in the area at the time. The original church was here in 1756. All right, the Revolutionary War broke out in 1775. The first brick church was built in 1802. So there's a good chance that General Francis Marion himself sat in this very church with his children and his wife before she passed. Hey, I wonder what this was.
Where you kneel down?
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's original. Look at the wood grain on that. Look at the grain structure on that wood. You just don't see it like that anymore. Check it out. Wedges. As a matter of fact, there are no nails in this. If this wasn't made in, this may be earlier than the 1700s. Oh, yeah, I'm putting my hand on it. I'm touching everything. It's like touching stuff from back in time. Looks like the pews do have nails. There's another bench. This one has nails, though. This would be a kneeling bench. Okay, that's the other exit. I am just blown away by this. This is the first two-tier store church I've been in. This old. How would you like to be the person that had this seat? There's another bench there. All right, some lumber here. It looks like a newer style of lumber. Them nails are newer. I just can't get over it. I mean, look at the benches in the back. I mean, this would have been a top-notch church back in the day. Check this out. Come here. Look at here. This is a peg system.
Huh.
It's got nails in it now because it may have been coming apart at one time. Those are round shanked or not rose head clinch nails.
Yeah.
So they're not as old as this. This may be some of the original pews from the 1770s or 1750s. It would not surprise me. See the difference here and here versus that side over there. So this is just absolutely beautiful. Okay, that one's there. That end's like that. This end is not. That's got me a little confused. But if the original church was smaller and not a two-tier church, they wouldn't have had a whole lot of these pews. So that's a possibility there. There's another one there. Nope. Okay, we got more pews here. So there are some pews that were done with notch and wedge, which is an old style of doing things. I don't know if y'all have ever seen an old wood peg home, but that's how they used to make them. They drive wooden pegs into the holes that they would bore when they were conjoining pieces, and then they would wedge them together. Kind of like we do hammerhead handles. Oh, we got a hole in the floor. Flash, maybe? Where's it at? Come on. This it? No. 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 I can't figure out how to turn the flash on. Yeah, it was the original railing as well. He said everything in here is original except for the electricity. So even those knocking tubes, I've seen that in places that were built in the 50s, so. Man, this is just, I'm gonna have to come to one of those services that they have here. Well, these are some steep stairs. I wonder if anybody ever fell. I'm sure they did out of 150 something years. Beautiful. And there's some old knocking tubes. Like I said, I've seen houses built in the 50s that have the old knocking tube system, so it doesn't mean anything. Granite steps. So Amy's going to take this and...
You look tiny against that door. That door looks gigantic. You look like a small person.
Like a Ben Toombs, huh?
That door is huge.
What do you say we go to the graveyard?
Yes.
All right.